Hello and welcome to the RCB podcast powered by Kotak Mahindra Bank.
Hi, I'm Mike Hesson.
Hi, my name is Harshal Patel.
Hi, I'm Devdutt and this is the RCB podcast.
Today I'm going to talk about how the IPL has
Changed my life.
I guess when you go into an auction, your tipping point is, if we keep going harder here, is it going to have an impact on the rest of the auction? What I tend to do is I tend to bracket players. So the reality is some players will be paid more than they're worth and some will be paid less. But if you get the combination of the two on budget, that's okay. So we tend to put guys in little brackets in terms of, if we get those two guys for that price point, then where it has no impact over the rest of our auction. And whether, as I said, somebody gets paid 3-4 crore over budget, they're just lucky on that day. And the guy who we get a bit cheaper is just, we're fortunate to get him a bit cheaper. He's probably worth more for us, but as a package, we get what we get. So that's the way I tend to look at it.
ये है मेरा ड्राइवर्स लाइसेंस, माई मेट्रो कार्ड और ये है मेरा फैन कार्ड।
सबके सब आपके चेस जर्नी के बारे में बात करते ही हैं, बट आई डोंट थिंक टिल डेट you've spoken about your own chess journey.
आई थिंक वो सबसे पहला एक एक्सपीरियंस था जो मैं इंडिया के लिए खेला, और वो मुझे पता है कि मेरे लिए ईजी नहीं था. दिन में मैं 15-15 घंटे प्रैक्टिस करता था. मतलब मेरा ऐसा हो गया था मैं दिन में 4 या 5 घंटे सो रहा हूँ. मैंने वर्ल्ड कप के लिए वैसे तैयारी किया, तो वो एक जर्नी था जिसने मुझे सिखाया कि हाँ, लाइफ इतनी ईजी नहीं है. पेरेंट्स की साइड से वो कभी प्रेशर नहीं आया कि तुझे इतना मार्क्स चाहिए या इतना मार्क्स चाहिए. उन्होंने आई थिंक मुझे जो सपोर्ट किया, आई थिंक वो मेरा एक प्लस पॉइंट रहा कि तू पासिंग मार्क्स लेके आ, वी आर हैप्पी, लेकिन तू फोकस उस पर ही रहा.
At 22, 23, if I had gotten 2 crores or 3 crores, I would have probably burnt it all. But obviously I'm a Gujarati, so my family wouldn't have let me do that. But as an individual, I would have made bad choices with that amount of money. Hopefully next year that changes and I'll be paid well, and when I have that money, I'll know what to do with that money. I'm not gonna light it on fire.
Do you remember that year when you went at the highest prize in the second year? Where were you?
I was playing for Australia against the West Indies. We were in Perth. We played 2 days before and I'd opened the batting. I just got out for a first ball duck to Darren Sammy. Walking into the change rooms, like throwing stuff around, putting it in the ground. Came back and sat down. There was a few people like giggling and like around me. I was like, I don't know, what's going on here? I don't know. Michael Clark and Mickey Arthur, the coach at that time, said, Maxi, need a word. The IPL auction was on today, and I was like, I had absolutely no idea. And they're like, oh, do you want to know what you went for? And I was like, yeah, all right, I don't really care. And they went, you went for $1 million. And I went, and just walked off and just sat down, and like people were giggling, Maxi, $1 million man, like couldn't believe it. And I was sitting there just going, like, could not believe it. And my family had flown to Perth for the game as well, so mum and dad were in the crowd and finished the game off, had 4 for, and just missed out on a 5-for. So it was a pretty extraordinary day. We won the game, went off the ground, and mum and dad were on the boundary line. Mum was like shaking; she couldn't believe it. And I was like, it was a pretty crazy day. Like, there was plenty that happened.
Sanjay sir, what does a batting coach really do?
I throw a few balls at them, that's it.
I mean, I know you're being very humble about this, but I'm sure there's more than that. What do you really do?
I think it's behind the scenes jobs because most of the times the players are on their own on the field of cricket, but our job basically is get them prepared in the best possible manner that we can. From a batting point of view, what I generally do is that I'll obviously in our preparatory phase, we will create a lot of situations, we'll create a lot of scenarios which are very close to match scenarios.
Yeah.
So that happens generally when you have a couple of weeks time before the tournament starts. But when the tournament is about to begin, say a week from the time all the players assemble, generally keep a very close tab on how their fundamentals are. skill can be upgraded, and so can the mindset and the thought process be. So it is very important for us to challenge the players, to challenge their thought processes, and if you do not continue to evolve all the time, then you're definitely gonna run and hit a plateau, which for in a competitive sport and a fast changing sport like cricket, and in an IPL format, you will be caught napping.
What's it like to bat with Virat, man?
For me, batting with Virat is very easy because all the attention is on him. As you know, all the attention is on him, and I just feel like the pressure is off me completely. There's not much attention being paid to me when I'm batting out there, right? So like when I'm with him, so it just makes my job easier. And about that, obviously, he's such an incredible batsman and so much experience, so much knowledge of the game. Captain of India, you know, that entire experience that he has behind him, you know, won the World Cups. He's done everything that there is to do in cricket, right? So to have someone like that on the non-striker end, you know, just talking you through your innings is just priceless. And as a youngster coming into the team, straight away playing with him is just what you couldn't ask for anything more.
What's your connection with the city, and what are some of your favorite places in Bengaluru? Because you are a Bengaluru boy.
It's always had a strong impact in my life, starting from the time that we used to come to Bangalore for the under 14, under 15 NCA camps, and we used to be there for 2.5 months at one stretch. So we used to explore quite a bit of Bangalore even then. The city has a very different feel to any other place in India. It is just when you arrive, when you land at the airport and when you're driving to the hotel, you just feel like you've come home, you know. So that's a very difficult feeling to get in a city that you haven't been born and grown up in, and you just go there for a period in the year.
You spoke about Anushka. We've seen her take a lot of pride when you play for RCB.
Well, she's a Bangalore girl, you know. She's grown up there. She spent way more time than I have in Bangalore. No, not many people know this. And she has a special connection with the city already. So obviously she feels very happy that, you know, I am playing for RCB, and my commitment is always going to be for this franchise and for the city. So there's a special connection already with the city for her. She can feel the sadness when we don't do well as well. And as I said, there's a special connection with Bangalore already. So for her, it was just things coming together in the most perfect manner that I happen to play for the same city. And, you know, she gets to go back to Bangalore and relive those special memories of her growing up there. And she absolutely loves it.
Catch the RCB podcast powered by Kotak Mahindra Bank on Spotify, Gaana, and Apple Podcasts.